Hello again. Autumn Tori requested on my Every Giallo I've Ever Watched video that I do a tutorial on the Edwige Fenech inspired makeup look. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm always honored when someone asks me to do a makeup tutorial because that's not really my forte, but we're gonna do it today, okay? I think it's important for me to document my technique as it stands right now to always help me remember how to do this, and who knows, maybe I'll get better. Okay, so you guys know that Edwige, the focus of her makeup look is the eyes. And actually it's the eyes and the eyebrows. So that's primarily what this tutorial is going to be about. When you look at pictures of her, you see that there's not like contouring or blush or anything like that going on. Her lips, she doesn't even wear a bold lip, she wears like a nude lip. A neutral lip. So it's really the eyes and the eyebrows that are our concern today. So when I'm doing this look, which I've done several times now, I'll just pull up some reference pictures of her and just constantly be looking back at those pictures. And obviously my face doesn't do everything her face does. It's not necessarily about complete accuracy, it's about capturing that essence. So I have put on some powder. I don't really do foundation, so I put on some powder and primed my eyes, and now we will get going. First with the eyebrows. Edwige has really bold and opaque eyebrows with a high arch, and they also extend out pretty far, which is actually a look that I love now that I have done it. So the first thing I do is I take a pencil, a brow pencil, and just try to capture that shape of being high, arched, and extended. Now, of course, on Edwige's face, the brow goes up and out, but I'm tracing the angle of my actual tail of my brow. If I had the tails of my brows shaved off, I could recreate her shape a little better. So I really focus on the arch here, because we want the brows to go as high as they can go, like our homegirl. Now for, what do you call this, the start of the brow, it is not blended like we do a lot now, and it's kind of angled off. It's not squared off, but it goes at an angle like so. Now I'm going to do this again on the other brow. Okay, now her brows are very like bold lines, but the brows themselves still have kind of a soft look to them. So what I like to do next is take a little flat brush and then apply some eyeshadow to just kind of make it look a little softer and a little more natural. I just get a color that's about like my hair color, so I usually mix these two and I just start dusting it on. It also helps with this tail, it helps to set it, since the extended tail has no hair to grab onto. Okay, and brows are done. I quite enjoy these. I think it's pretty cool. Now to get started on the eyes, the first thing I want to do is just put down a nice neutral shade all over the whole lid, just to make blending a little easier. You can do a brown, you can do a neutral, you can do a white if you wanted. So I'm gonna do this one here and take a fluffy brush like this one and just go all over the lid. Actually, we're gonna go under as well, because obviously she has some eyeliner under here. So this doesn't have to show on the lid, it just kind of helps set the lid. Because when I put on eye primer, my lids are just kind of like tacky and it's harder for me to blend. So I like to have something like this to create a silkier surface to work with. Okay, now this is where the fun begins. So what I'm going to do for you today is what I did on my first try. The most crucial piece for this step is a tiny brush. So Here's the one I use. It's a tiny angled brush, so you can see it's really thin and really precise and has that nice angle to it. I lightly tap it in some black eyeshadow, and then I'm gonna start tracing the lines of her wings. And this is a way for me to kind of feel out where I want the eyeliner to go, and if anything gets too messed up, I can like wipe it off a little bit. So it's kind of like okay, and with this, you just have to get up close to the mirror. You just have to be patient and take your time with it. So I'm going to try to do this in a way that you can see and I can see. So her wing, it doesn't dip down, it kind of stays lifted. So you're just gonna come straight off of the upper lid. And kind of stamp it on. You don't even have to like drag it. You can kind of just pat it on. And now you can see I basically have the line traced. And another tip that might help you, depending on how your face is set up. So when I'm doing my makeup, I'm like this, but then when I let it go, like everything falls back down. So it's important to just kind of let your face rest naturally and trace that line appropriately. Okay, now I'm going to do it for the other side. How easy was that? Another thing I'm going to use this for on the top is to work on this inner corner. Can you see? And I have just learned that everyone's inner corners are different. And I have learned that my inner corners are weird. So bring your inner corner to the best point that you can, given your eye shape. And just kind of feel how low you want it to go. I like to do this first because it helps me start the line down here. Okay, now we're gonna start the lower lash line. I want you to be able to see this, but it's also very important that I see it. Now this part's easy, you just trace along the lower lash line. And using black eyeshadow here helps make it a more blended look. Now the final weird step of this eyeshadow preliminary outlining is this lower outer wing. Just refer to your picture and go for it. We did it. Now, there's one more step I like to do in this stage, and that is to add just a little bit of a smoky eye. If you look at some of her pictures, you'll see there is just a little blended black eyeshadow right here. And here's the brush that I'm using. It's a tiny round brush. So this look, it's not exactly hard or complex. It just takes patience and precision. I also did want to add that if you wanted to add colored eyeshadow here, you totally could. Like one day I did green eyeshadow with this look. Okay, now I'm going in with some black. And now I'm taking my original round fluffy brush that I put on the neutral shade with and just blending it out, smoothing it out a little further. Now, are you ready for eyeliner? There are a couple kinds I use, but right now I've got this pencil with a soft tip. I usually start with the top wing where we started with the eyeshadow, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just follow along. Doing this on your own crouched over a mirror is one thing. Doing it like on camera in a way that's supposed to be a good example, and that is challenging. With this, you just kind of have to build it and shape it until it looks good. Make sure you open your eyes all the way and see what needs altering. Hopefully you're not like me and using eyeliner that's drying up. So for the inner corner, I like to use a different kind of eyeliner. So that's what I'm gonna do now. It's a kind like this, which is much harder to use, but it goes on better. As you can see, we need to add a little bit more to this smoky eye. I didn't bring it down low enough. So okay, now it's time for the bottom lash line. We're just gonna take our eyeliner and trace over the line we have already set down. I keep really trying to not have the mirror in frame and I don't know how. I also like to take this tiny brush and just kind of run it through the eyeliner to just kind of, I guess, smudge it. So I kind of do this in increments, like this, oops, and then go smudge it, like that. Because, you know, when you're working with the under eye, it can be kind of crinkly looking, so I like to do that just to blend it through. And sometimes you need both hands, so I'm about to go off camera so I can pull that and make the line smooth. We did it. The eyeliner is done. I want to add a little bit more to this smoky eye. I know I keep coming back to it, but it's just what feels right. So now is the hard part, lashes, if you want to do lashes. I only have about 4 sets of lashes, so most of them are pretty subtle and look like this. When I did my Every Giallo I've Ever Watched video, I used these, which are a little bolder, bigger, and thicker. These are my biggest ones. I personally, when I'm wearing eyeliner, I feel like the lashes don't show unless I'm wearing big lashes. So that's why I put those on. I also know that Edwige either wears false lashes sometimes on her lower, or she even has little lashes drawn. I don't think I'm at the stage where I can draw on little lashes right here, but just know that's an option if you want to draw some of those on, or put some false lashes on the bottom as well. For my look last time, I took these 2 little bits that had cut off the ends of some lashes and I had put them down right here, so you could also do that. Okay, did I do it? I really suck at putting fake lashes on, but I need to practice, and that's the only way I won't suck. So these thinner lashes actually do look really pretty with this look because they're long. Okay, I've got my lashes on. Now mascara. If you want to do mascara on the lower lash line, now's that time. Usually on this look I like to really build on the mascara to get those lashes really poppin'. Either long, really long, or really thick, whatever your mascara does. And then for a lip, if you're going for a fully Edwige inspired look, I would go for like a sheer lip gloss or a light colored lipstick. So I'm thinking this lip gloss. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty in the name of Edwige. And we are officially done with the Edwige inspired makeup look. This is honestly my go-to when I have time to do makeup now. I love this. I hope this as a tutorial was coherent for you and maybe helped you feel like you might be able to do this. If you do, let me know. Feel free to find me on Instagram. It's at Anesthesia. I don't really talk about YouTube on my Instagram, but that's a good way to get in touch with me. I hope some of y'all enjoyed this video. I know most of you guys probably aren't makeup fans, but I do throw in some makeup here and there. And I guess that wraps this up. So until the next video, ciao friends!